Prince Harry unloads shocking truths after losing security appeal, taking aim at King Charles. While Prince Harry's legal battle for UK security may not have ended in his favor, he did uncover some shocking truths throughout the process. The Duke of Sussex revealed some of his findings in an official statement after Friday's ruling, taking aim at the Executive Committee for the Protection of Royalty and Public Figures, RAVEC, over the recent loss. The court's ruling confirms that the Executive Committee for the Protection of Royalty and Public Figures, known as RAVEC and comprised of senior officials from the Royal Household, Home Office and Metropolitan Police, has failed to follow its own mandated processes for me, which are applied to all other high-risk and high-profile individuals, Harry wrote. He also vowed to continue fighting this case by writing to the Home Secretary to ask her to urgently examine the matter and review the RAVEC process. Harry went on to call the long-fought legal struggle a last resort that nevertheless has uncovered shocking truths, starting with the fact that the royal household are key decision-makers on RAVEC and my sole representation for matters regarding my safety. In this process, I've also learned the names of all those involved, many of whom retired immediately after playing their part, he added. Harry, 40, began challenging the UK government after it decided to strip him and his wife, Meghan Markle, of their publicly funded security following their resignation from their royal duties and moved to the US in 2020. However, he claimed in his statement that the issue dates back to 2017 when the Secretive Committee decided that his wife, 43, would not be offered protection when she officially joined the royal family. The decision was ultimately reversed after Harry's prodding. The problem would only continue to grow in the following years, resulting in Harry no longer having the automatic state-backed security measures he's had since birth. The spare author, who has been embroiled in a tense feud with his family members over the situation, went on to blame his family for the issue persisting for so long. To this present day, the royal household remain my sole representation on RAVEC for every visit and could call for this assessment to be done at any point. The only possible conclusion that can be drawn is they choose not to, because they know the outcome would prove that my security should never have been removed in the first place. Harry alleged he and his family have been subjected to neo-Nazi threats, as well as threats of violence from extremists, making their safety a paramount focus for the Dad of Two as he travels to the UK for various visits. This all comes from the same institutions that preyed upon my mother, that openly campaigned for the removal of our security, and that continue to incite hatred towards me, my wife and even our children, while at the same time protecting the very power that they should be holding accountable, he said. The UK is my birthplace and will always be part of who I am. It is a place I love and the country where my son was born, Harry wrote. I've only ever wanted to continue my charitable work in supporting the causes and people that mean so much to me, and for my children to know the beauty of my homeland. The Duke made a similar comment about his family in his bombshell BBC News interview that was released on Friday. Amid claims that he and his father, King Charles III, are not currently on speaking terms, he also echoed his remarks that the King, 76, had the power to take care of the situation for him. There is a lot of control and ability in my father's hands. Ultimately, this whole thing could be resolved through him, Harry argued, not necessarily by intervening, but by stepping aside, allowing the experts to do what is necessary. Shortly after Harry's interview was published, a Buckingham Palace spokesperson said in a statement obtained by the Mirror UK that all his security issues had been examined repeatedly and meticulously by the courts, with the same conclusion reached on each occasion.